Hello and welcome back to second episode here on Judith Plains. So we're going to run across to our pickup here. It's just before 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's jump in here. Right, check the store first of all. There's nothing new. Right, that's okay though. Let's have a look at the contracts. What have we got today? Straight off fertilizing, let's accept that contract. That's going to get 20,000 into the bank. A harvesting contract. Oh, it's spinach. That's going to take a while to do. We're going to come back to that one. And what else have we got? Wood transport. We don't have any of these yet because we have no storage on the farm. Although that ethanol one looks quite good. 63,000 litres. I'd have to look into what we need to get ethanol. Ethanol factory. Well, it should be there, but oh, here we go. Rocky Mountain ethanol. So we need dry corn, sorghum, corn, and propane. Dry corn I don't think is an issue. I think there is a dryer on the map, but propane's going to be our big issue. I would have thought biogas, but yeah, methane. So we'd have to do something with the biogas to transfer methane to propane, I would imagine. There's nothing else there, but that looks like a really good 63,000 litres of ethanol, almost $700,000. Very worthwhile, I would say. There's a spraying contract. That's for weeds, not fertilizer, so we'll need herbicide for that. Only a $200 lease cost, so I think let's borrow that items. We're going to need to remember what we borrowed and what we haven't. The harvesting one we said we'll leave just now. We'll see what comes up later on, because I think there is still a few fields to be harvested. If there isn't, then we could potentially do this baling contract, which is that's quite close to us. Field 24. There. That'll be straw from the wheat. Right, okay, so we have a base for today of what we're going to be doing. So fertilizing 58 and spraying 73. So first job, let's go and head over to our, I would say yard, but it's not really a yard, it's just a field. Oh, pull down in front of them. Right, let's head over there just now and we'll get going with today. Well, here we are at the store. So first off, we need to buy some fertilizer for us. I'm not sure how many bags. Let's stock up so that we've got more than enough just now. I think 5 bags should be enough. So $9,600 for that. And we do need herbicide. So that's where you get propane from. I'm going to have to look into that, because that's a whole new production for us. For the ethanol anyway. So I'm assuming that's how you would get propane. But we're going to have to double check on that. So herbicide, both the same, so it doesn't really matter, I think. And I don't want to be coming back though, that's our issue. I don't know how much that sprayer holds. Let's just see if we can double check. Sprayers, it's this one here, isn't it? So we've got a 6,000 litre tank. I don't think it's going to need all that. I think 4,000 should do it. We'll risk it. We'll do 3 pallets, which is 6,000 litres. That is $7,200. And still no change in the sale. No, it's maybe going to take an hour or two until that comes through. So $16,800 in total for our fertilizer costs. Does that fill up from there? It does. Right, we'll get these filled up, ready to go. And then do a little montage of us fertilizing the field and also spraying herbicide down with that rented sprayer. I'm hoping to get into the... Oh, we're too far away now. I was hoping to get into the big sprayer if we could take on a contract with that, if there was one available. I would think it was the AgriFac, was it? Let's have a quick look back to here. Yes, the Condor Endurance from AgriFac. 54 metre working width. So absolutely phenomenal, and a slightly bigger tank than the one we're away to rent here. But then that's when we get our own fields. There's not really any point in having that just now, or there's no benefit to us. Right, now that was loaded up, let's head away to that field 58 here. We have a worker coming down, or coming up here. This is the north side of the map. Worker coming up at some point soon to spray field 73. We've got our trailer here as well, I forgot about that. I need to pick that up at some point. Maybe phone the dealership in the next hour and make sure it's okay to leave it there. I completely forgot it was left here. Unless we buy a new bit of equipment, which is a potential with the amount of money we're getting, we could probably get away with doing some contracts. I'm on the wrong side of the road here. There we go, that's better. So yeah, our aim is to get a couple of contracts done today. Hopefully get our shed built as well. It's about $80,000, so it isn't cheap to get the land leveled as well. A little bit of gravel down, so we've got some form of yard just now. And I did say at the start we're going to be staying with someone for a little while, but I think we have enough money for a small static caravan. Just to start off, and then we will look into maybe buying something bigger and an actual house, I think. But let's start the long process of getting all the way down to field 58. So we'll do a little montage just now and get going for today. Well, I was just going to say how close this was going to be, but the contract actually just finished for the ploughing, and we just have this little bit left here for harvesting. But that's the plough finished now. So you will notice the money did drop a little bit, and obviously the plough sitting right in front of us hooked up to the 4900. So that cost us $75,000, but it's got an 18.3 metre work width, so it's going to get us to cover a lot more ground a lot quicker. The Massey does manage just, the hills are a bit hit and miss. It does slow down quite a lot, down to maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour. I think it's in one of the clips there. But that is empty. The sorghum is now done with this harvest. We did complete the fertilizing contract, which got $20,442, and the herbicide contract on field 73 with a sprayer we leased, which was a $200 lease cost. That gave us $26,557 after the lease cost, and obviously buying that $75,000 plough. Now this is the last load going down to I can't remember the name of it now, down the bottom of the map. So we're going to take this down there. What we can do just now though is we can complete that ploughing contract and see what else is available, and we'll also quickly check the sale as well. So that's that completed. The ploughing was $28,900, so the plough is definitely paying for itself just now. We're potentially going to do a baling contract because I don't think it's going to take long, and we can try this new bit of kit, which I think is a Vermeer. I could be wrong. I don't think there's any other ploughing contracts through. No. Harvesting though, quite a lot has come through. That's the spinach that was there already. There's a canola contract, a peas, another sorghum contract, another pea contract, a wheat contract, which is Or is that 121? That's right up at the top above the shop. That may be worth doing. We might see about that wheat contract. Another sorghum and a canola contract as well. But I think we'll potentially do the wheat contract. We'll see how we get on. Well, we've got nothing else to do. There's a fertilizing contract as well. Could potentially take that on. We don't have a cultivator, so we can't do that ones just yet. I'm trying to slowly do the ones that we've got, that we already have the equipment for. Obviously, we've still got 151,000 in the bank, but we still need to complete this contract, which is going to boost that up quite a bit as well. Probably going to get over $200,000, which is good because we need to put that shed in today down at the yard. But we'll head over, get this sold, see how much we're left with, and we can complete the contract there and then as well, because we've actually got our truck and trailer on this to move the grain just a bit quicker. So we'll see you down there, see how much we get as profit after we've sold what we need to complete the contract, and then complete it and see what we're going to take on next. Well, there we go, we started unloading already, but that's the contract now completed. So we've got about 34,000 litres. I'm just going to check something actually. I did see a sorghum. So it's $20,000 for 15,000 litres, but that's... Oh, that's not far away actually. I'm just wondering if it'd be worth completing that contract. 15,000 litres gets you $20,000. So if I get this down to 17,000, we'll see what it gives us. I'm probably going to have to use, because that's empty now, we'll use this back hopper, which I think it's set on the back, was it? Or the front? It is on the front, right. So let's sell this down to 17,000 litres and see if it gives us $20,000. If it does, we're just going to sell it all here. There. 18. Nah, there's not much in it. I think we'll just sell it all here, to be honest. That should do. I did see the contract earlier for sorghum, I just remembered about it. But we'll just sell everything we've got to here, since we're here anyway. So we've got 23,000 so far, plus that little bit that was in the front trailer as well. I can't remember how much was in there. And another $14,300. So let's go and complete the contract now. And for that, with the lease cost of the combine with the truck and trailer we never used, it's still at the shop, but it's a $1,000 lease cost, still $64,881. So we're well over 200,000 in the bank now. 261,241. Let's just check the sale. We said we were going to do that earlier. Yep, there's nothing there. So now looking at the contract, there's another cultivating contract appeared, I think. Probably another harvesting contract. Yeah. Although I was tempted to do that baling contract because it had that new, it's just a standard baler, and so is that one. But that's got something we've not used before, so I think we could do that one, although that is going to take quite a while to do. And I don't think I can leave a worker on it, so I think we'll maybe work up to that. That's going to take out quite a chunk of our day. But I think a harvesting contract, where were we? This one here for wheat. And that was the field right at the top of the map, taking it down to where we are now. So another, something's just been added, I think. Or maybe not. Oh, fertilizing contract. We'll do them later on. I think if we take on this one just now, that's another harvesting contract done and out of the way. That's spinach. That's going to take, I think that'll take quite a while, to be honest. And we did look into ethanol. Where is our productions here? So for propane, we were stuck on that. Now I've looked into it, and it's quite a bit easier than I thought. The fuel stations on the map, which is here, they're dotted around the map. There's another one down here. They have propane there that we need a propane tanker to fill up at the gas station, then take it to wherever we're drying corn or where we need propane. There's that option, or in the build menu we can buy a small propane tank and have it filled up with someone coming in past and they'll fill it up for us. So there is that option, which I think is going to be cheaper, but we do need propane on site because we're going to have a corn dryer eventually, because we're going to try and do some corn, because obviously to do ethanol we need it, and to do the whiskey we also need corn and dry corn, as well as some barley. Barley we can use to feed chickens as well as run this whiskey production. So there's two uses for the barley. The corn is just going to be used as straight corn and dry corn for both the whiskey and the ethanol plants when we get them. I don't know how much the productions cost, but I'm assuming they're not cheap. But that is what we can do with propane. It's going to be used for the ethanol plant and to dry our corn on site. So that's the plan there. That's going to be quite a few episodes yet until we can get that productions, because we obviously need to have our own fields to produce the corn, the dryer to dry some of the corn, and obviously we need a field of wheat as well. So right now I think we need to get back to the yard because we have the guys coming in to level out a bit of the ground to put the new shed up. There's cotton bales there. Must be a spinnery. Right, this time we are going to pay attention here and look to see what is coming. Because the last time we did this, we pulled out in front of things. Oh, that's the sign. That's a well-placed sign there. I thought the map was suitable for super bees, but some of the junctions are just a little bit on the tight side, but never mind. Right, let's crack on. We're going to see these builders and they're going to get a bit leveled out for us. And we will probably take on that wheat harvesting contract just now. And then we need to kind of plan out a little bit, not too much in detail, but we're going to plan out roughly where things are going to be in our yard so that we can start getting bits leveled out, concrete pads poured for bins or grain bin sites or the dryer or whatever else we need. So let's get cracking on again. Well, that's the final contract being completed now with the harvest. So we've got wheat from field 121. We do have another couple of contracts to complete as well, but we'll get all this offloaded and see what we're left with. Seems like it takes a while to unload all of this. So that should complete the contract after this next hopper. We're very close to it. Almost there. A couple percent to go. 82%. We've still got a bit more to go. I don't know which hopper that's taken out of. It is that front one. That should be complete any second now. There's not much left of this harvest. What was that, 14,000 litres? So 6,300 from there. And the last 6,000 litres here. There we go. Oh no, there's still some there. What's going on there? Oh, the very front hopper. Right, let's unload that. So that 4,000 litres left. I didn't realise that was in the front. That should be us empty now after that. There we go. Right, so 132,000 in the bank. Let's go and complete the contract. So we had a mowing contract on field 17 down beside our yard actually. So that one there, we did rent the equipment there. That was $600. So it's $19,819. Then the fertilizing contract, $14,143. And this harvesting contract here, minus the $1,000 lease cost for the combine header, $37,786. So that's pretty good for today. Just do a quick check. So I don't think there's much. The harvesting, what's the time? Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. The harvesting's going to take too long now, I think. Yeah, so there's nothing really else to do for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to our yard. The new shed is built and the gravel road is in place. So let's go and have a look at that before we finish up this episode. Well, here we go. Our new yard kind of has started to take shape. So we have an entrance around that side as well. But we're going to come in here because we're going to wash the equipment down before it goes in. We should probably do something with that hill there. But we have the machines down here, obviously the plough hooked up to the masse as well. We need to get all these washed and parked into this big shed. We've also got the new caravan as well. I think that was about $55,000-ish. And obviously this was $80,000, but it is huge. So it's fantastic for storing what we need because obviously we're going to have some big equipment. And this is more than likely where it's going to stay because I don't think you get sheds much bigger than this. So this is a great start to the series. We've already got our yard, or the start of what is going to be our yard, and then another little road out this side here, up to the top there. So a nice wide track in and out both sides of this big shed. I'm not sure if we're going to get another one placed somewhere for some of the smaller equipment, but this is certainly enough to get us going. We've also got the corn dryer to go in somewhere up there as well, and some grain silos, but that isn't in this episode. That's still a few episodes away, I think. But let's just quickly check the sail. We do have a cedar, but not the size we need. That's only 4 meters. That's not really going to do much here for us. So we do have the washer. We can finally get all this equipment washed up and ready to go. So there's not much else to do for this episode. What we're going to look at, the contracts we've just done. We were looking at potentially purchasing this field just now, or we will purchase this one later on, kind of through the winter seasons. I'll see what it's like because I'm aiming to get a combine next year. I'm hoping one comes up in the sale, but it's more than likely not going to happen. But we're going to work away for the rest of today, washing all this stuff down. If the baling contract's still there tomorrow, we'll probably take that on. That's if it is still there, it might not be. But we're going to get everything washed down here and we'll see you again soon for the next episode. This has been a slightly shorter one, but we are making good progress and there's no point in doing time lapses of harvesting all the time because then it gets very repetitive. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and we're going to see you again in the next one very soon. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button already and like the video as well. So see you again soon.